This time I'd like you to set up a still life that's a lot simpler, so take a look around your home and see if you can find some really simple geometric forms. Once you have your objects picked out, set them up so they're overlapping each other, and I'm going to show you what this looks like from above. So you can see that I've created a lot of depth here, and the purpose for that is so that some objects look visually lower than others. So I'm going to start my drawing, and I'm going to show you what's called organizational lines. That's the purpose of this demo. So I'm starting with my simple gesture drawing, and I should mention here that this initial gesture drawing, which we already covered last time, this is what will improve as you learn some of those skills for getting accurate proportions. After the initial gesture drawing, I'm spending approximately another minute refining the objects just to make sure that my drawing is clear and visible. I'm not going to spend too much time here because everything is going to move around. I'm going to erase stuff and change it. So I don't want to spend too much time or get stuck on one thing and try to make it look perfect. Okay, so here we're getting into organizational lines. So the question is, what are they and what are they for? Organizational lines are basically lines that you put in your drawing that show you how things line up with each other. So I'm looking at the left edge of that ball, and I'm holding up a skewer and seeing what lines up with it. So I can see that the edge of the large box is close to that line. So I'm starting with that, and then I notice that the smaller box needs to be pushed over a little bit to the right. Okay, my next organizational line is splitting the ball in half, and here I can see that the front edge of the box is slightly to the left of that line, and that's helping me get a sense of that side of the box. So now when I look at that large box, I can see that the bottom edge right there needs to be a little bit higher. So it should be a little bit closer to my organizational line. These organizational lines should be used as an addition to your drawing. So don't start with these lines, always add them on afterwards. The point here is that the initial gesture drawing is going to improve as your skills improve, and then you won't need these anymore. Now, why did I choose the ball first? I feel most confident about the proportions of the ball. So if I start with that, then everything else can be based off of that. That toilet paper roll on top should probably be quite a bit closer to that edge of the box. So I'm moving that over. Wow, so that got a lot bigger. So now I'm holding up the skewer through the front corner of the large box, so I can see how the paper towel lines up. It should be a tiny bit higher. So I'm going to show you a before and after view here. As we cover more and more of these methods of getting the proportions right, you'll see your drawings get more and more realistic as you go. So once I feel confident that everything's in the right place, I can add those details at the very end. Up a still life that's a lot simpler, so take a look around your home and see if you can find some really simple geometric forms. Those can be cylinders, cubes, spheres, cones, pyramids, tetrahedrons, cuboids, rectangular prisms, hexahedrons, and other polyhedrons.